This is Fieldsports Channel News. A march that saw the RSPB and National Trust rub shoulders with Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil attracted 60,000 people to central London at the weekend. The aim of the march was to promote the Climate and Nature Bill, currently listed as a private member's bill, but which the marchers hope the incoming UK government will adopt as policy. As it stands, the bill is positive for shooting, calling for more wildlife abundance, which shooting provides. That didn't stop the marchers shouting slogans against both farming and wildlife management. Electricity company boss and former New Age traveller Dale Vince spoke up for veganism, suggesting that his company, which plans to sell protein derived from grass, is better for the environment than farming beef stock.
Farmland takes up 75% of our country, and we use it overwhelmingly to grow plants, to feed animals, to feed ourselves. And that is such an inefficient system. A cow is the worst example. We put 10 times more protein into a cow than we get back out.
RSPB President Dr. Amir Khan sees the bill as a way of bolstering laws around nature protection.
We've got legal protections for nature, but we haven't seen any main political party have a tangible plan that makes sure those legal protections stay in place.
Meanwhile, BBC TV presenter Chris Packham had a pop at trail hunting and shooting.
Foxes are still ripped to pieces for fun by entitled savages, and at the cost of £60 million of our money, we've exterminated 230,000 badgers in an inhumane, unethical and wholly ineffective cull.
The RSPB and National Trust defended its decision to share a platform with organisations such as Extinction Rebellion, which is listed on the Counter-Terrorism Police Prevent programme of extremist ideologies. Police firearms officers in London say they've seized their lowest number of guns in the past 15 years. New figures released by the Metropolitan Police reveal it's recovered 386 illegal guns in its most recent 12-month count-up. It seized some of the guns after arrests following armed raids. Others it found in drug-related investigations. The Met says it has achieved its highest detection rate for people responsible for shootings in the past 11 years. Police action against UK gun certificate owners continues. Our in-house lawyer is helping increasing numbers of Fieldsports members to get back their certificates and guns where she can, including Phil Weymouth, the target shooter we featured a few weeks ago.
It's come to light that when they've said that the guns were being seized and said we did that because of X, Y and Z, X, Y and Z hadn't actually happened yet.
There'll be little salmon fishing in Norway this year, amid fears that low numbers of fish are migrating into the Scandinavian river systems. Norway's Environment Agency has suspended fishing for salmon on 33 rivers in the country. The ban extends along the coastline from the Swedish border in the south to the area around Trondheim in the north. Officials say the move is aimed at stopping fish stocks from crashing after historically low catch returns. Staying with fishing, and anglers taking part in sea fishing competitions are joining forces with scientists to monitor fish health. The 120 people competing in this year's Sea Angling Classic of Portsmouth are helping to provide data to marine biologists from the University of Portsmouth. Anglers came from all over the UK to fish in the Solent. The data they provide includes location information about 5 key species caught during the 2 days of the contest. Scientists have also been carrying out DNA swabs of fish as part of the CAST project, which is funded by a £500,000 DEFRA grant. You'll be able to see a full report on the Sea Angling Classic on Fieldsports Channel in a couple of weeks.
We're not here to stop anything happening. We actually want it to continue because we really realise the value of recreational fishing to the UK economy. We want to support the whole industry and just make it better and sustainable.
The Royal Highland Show was a supersized country showcase with 220,000 people turning out, bringing rural and urban lives together. Held over 4 days, one of the biggest draws was the livestock ring, with plenty of silverware to be won. In the countryside ring, Neil Rowntree and Rory Ormiston did their bit to celebrate Highland heritage, and Neil, of course, promoted the sustainable use of deer and the promotion of venison. There was some evidence of shooting sports at the show, and Jake from the Countryside Alliance believes it is vital to have a presence.
It's completely relevant to us. I mean, we're a political campaign organisation. We look after or look out for rural Scotland, so it couldn't be more relevant to us, and particularly since All of the legislation coming through Scottish Parliament at the minute seems to have a rural focus and mostly a negative rural focus as well. It's very relevant for us, so we're happy to be here. It's a superb show and a good representation of what rural Scotland can offer.
And you can see coverage of the Highland show by visiting the Farming Britain YouTube channel. With election campaigning underway, Basque is promoting the benefits of shooting sports. It's running adverts in the national and regional media aimed at taking the value of shooting to mainly non-shooting constituencies. It is organising a social media video campaign alongside the press ads, featuring landmarks such as the Angel of the North, the Liver buildings in Liverpool and York Minster.
So Basque has today taken out a number of adverts in the Metro newspaper at places here like Liverpool, London, Glasgow and Edinburgh. And the point is to show that shooting adds up to so much more, and it's a key message that we need to deliver to candidates ahead of the general election next week.
A wild Highland red stag, which the media calls Callum, has had to be put down after the sweet treats fed to it by tourists made its teeth rot. The social media star Stag was a regular visitor to a car park at Torridon off the famous N500 in the Scottish Highlands and often took sweets and snacks from the hands of tourists. This is just one of the numerous videos on social media showing the animal eating human food, including croissants and Rice Krispies. National Trust Scotland shot the stag and apologised in the media, though it has not yet apologised for the 228 animals it shot in Glencoe with out-of-season and night shooting licences against the wishes of local people. Aunties in America have lost their fight to stop hunters using bait to attract black bears. The Court of Appeals ruled against an action to stop baiting in national forests in Idaho and Wyoming. Anti-hunting groups said it could create areas where bears, including grizzlies, became conditioned to eating the food. Safari Club International helped defend the case and told the court the use of bait was critical in black bear management. SCI is also celebrating the signing of a new black bear hunting bill, which supports hunting for them in Louisiana for the first time since the 1980s. And finally, 2 fishermen and their guide have been hailed as heroes for saving a pack of hounds found swimming in a Mississippi lake. Bob Gist and Brad Carlisle were fishing when they heard the sound of distressed dogs in the water nearby. The 2 men and their guide, Jordan Cressman, took their boat across the lake to find an entire pack in difficulties. The hounds had chased a deer into the water and became disorientated. After several shuttle runs by the boat, they rescued all of the 38 hounds and reunited them with their grateful owners. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.